Ropp Star Gang, what up, what up? Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. Make sure you pound that like button and subscribe to the channel. Hope everyone got my message this morning, whether it was on Twitter, whether it was in the Discord, whether it was on YouTube. I posted up the giveaway. Again, I'm going to give more time, all right? Like, I've been posting this thing for about a week now to get everybody in here. We've got a lot of people in the Discord, but I feel like we're missing some that I'm not seeing. So I'm going to give it a couple more days, and then I think this Friday we'll just do it. Okay, I'm just giving everybody some time to get in here and get situated as well, and get their post in the Discord. Okay, so don't forget about that giveaway. Okay, so just I'm just giving everybody time. All right, I'm giving everybody some time. Okay, because I want everybody to have a chance. Okay, I want everybody to have a chance that follows me and supports me. So that's why I'm doing it that way. All right, hold on 1 second here. Let me add the beautiful slideshow to the stage. Hope everyone had a great weekend. And I hope everyone had a beautiful and wonderful Mother's Day. I don't know if everybody got to enjoy it, but I hope you did. I hope everyone had a blessed Mother's Day. So shout out to all you crazy kids and who are in the chat right now, and all my supporters. Shout out to all your moms. All right. Shout out to all your moms that raised you crazy ones, because I think they were the only ones that could do it. Because I know for sure, I think my mom was the only one that could have taken care of me, because I was a handful. I'll be honest. I was a handful. All right, so the biggest takeaway. So minicamp is over and done with. They just wrapped it up. Kind of want to dive into that today. There are some new faces to familiar ones. But before we dive into that, I really want to dive into this first. Supernova's in the chat. What up? Nice. I bet you that was fun, Marco. Sounds beautiful. Must have been a beautiful day out there. Supernova's in the chat. What's up? 24 people watching. Make sure you pound that like button and subscribe. All right, so let's start it off with the 3 undrafted. Some people got to say goodbye, a few players after the event. According to team reporter Cassidy Hill, the Panthers have waived 3 undrafted free agents. Tight end Kevin Fulch from New Haven, that outside linebacker Darius Hodges from Tulane, and the cornerback Deshaun Gady Jr. from Ole Miss. All right. But that's not all. Carolina also invited 4 players to the mini camp for tryouts, but unfortunately none of them made the cut. Those 4 players that were invited were actually the quarterback Sean Chambers from Montana State, as you can see there, guard Gregory Anderson out of Monmouth, guard Justin Schaefer, and kicker Rory Began. Now, speaking of Began, he was pretty optimistic about his chances getting signed. He spoke with reporters early in the afternoon and said, "I've been known as a kicker, a free taker. Back in Ireland, Gaelic football," he says, "I'm a goalkeeper, so a lot of time kicking the ball. So it's transferred nicely over to this sport. But now there's a different there's definitely improvements to be made, but he says he feels like he belongs in places like this." So as it all turns out, the Panthers didn't agree with Began's assessment. Obviously, they declined and did not sign him or any of the other people that tried out. So it's always tough for me. It's always tough to see players get cut, but hopefully they'll find success elsewhere. You know what I mean? Just because they didn't pan out here doesn't mean that it mean due time that they'll go and somewhere else. Hopefully we didn't miss out on anybody either, though. In the meantime, we'll have to wait and see what the Panthers, who they sign next or who they bring in next. And it was kind of interesting to hear that guy talk with that Irish accent. That's for sure. What's up, Clay? How are you doing? Very good. Minicamp XL will be a big star in this team for sure. All right, poll question of the day, though. Let's get into that real quick. Poll question of the day. What's your favorite fast food chicken spot? Okay, because the only reason why I'm asking this is because I think it's hard to debate which one's the best. Like for me, I think I'm so biased because I have Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, Bojangles, Raisin Cane's. I have had them all beside me. Churches, KFC. I don't know if I'm missing any more. There might be a West Coast one for all I know. There might be a West Coast fast food chicken spot for all I know that I don't even know about. And there might be a new one out there I don't even know about. But for me, if I'm voting in that poll, take Chick-fil-A. Just so y'all know, Chick-fil-A is my shit. It'll always be number one in my heart. And there's nothing that can tell me otherwise. All right. All right. Bojangles, like if I'm going based off that 4, if I'm doing a ranking system, I'm going Chick-fil-A 1. I'm going Bojangles 2. And it's hard for me, but I'm probably going to go Raisin Cane's 3, and then I go Popeyes 4. You know, I have to go. Those are mine. Those are my top 4. I don't either. I don't want to drive 4 hours to San Antonio just to get some Bojangles. That doesn't taste like North Carolina's Bojangles, just like Make True Money said. The Chick-fil-A in Texas, he's in San Antonio, does not taste like the one in North Carolina. So that's pretty funny. That's interesting. That's interesting. You know, so just a fun poll question. Maybe we'll do burger joints next, but it's tough because there's a lot of burger joints. All right, so some takeaways from the rookie minicamp. Let's get into it. The backfield, let's talk about that. The running backs. All right. Basically, it's like Dave Canales is assembling the Avengers in the running back room. He's like, running backs, assemble. That's what I'm getting. All right. The Panthers made some moves in this backfield this offseason, bringing in both fresh talent, experienced vets. The addition of bringing Brooks in via trade up, signing Rashad Penny. And when I mean via trade up in the draft. And then signing Rashad Penny. And then the running back room is just packed. It's tight. All right. It's packer than the tight of a can of sardines. Okay. But fear not. Head coach Dave Canales says that for in this game, quantity can equal quality. So Canales' emphasis to me, the importance of having a deep bench, especially when it comes to this high-stakes world of the NFL running backs, right? We all know the running backs' value is in the NFL is going down, just like the safety position. And we've discussed that on this channel multiple times. Now, according to him, injuries happen, which is true. A lot of people believe, and there's a lot of reports out there that Miles Sanders, the reason why he didn't perform so well last year was due to a long lingering groin injury. All right. Shoestrings bust. It happens. Having a roster stacked with talented running backs is a winning strategy. All right. But there's going to be a lot of competition in this running back room to me. Okay. There's going to be a lot of running back competition. See, I knew someone was going to say that. I knew someone was going to say Zaxby's to my poll question. You know? I knew someone was going to say that. Keep pounding, Josh. You too, brother. Keep pounding, my friend. I appreciate everyone in here. All right. So another thing is, I did not get my quote of the day. Quote of the day. Let me get to that real quick. Bad news as time flies. The good news is you are the pilot. That's deep. That's deep. All right. Hands down, Whataburger is the best place. Marcos, we'll do a poll on the burger joints. We'll do the poll on the burger joints. My bad, Clay. No worries. No worries. I just knew someone was going to say it. All right, special teams. Another takeaway from this mini camp. Special teams, special plays, special players. What's up, brother? All right. If there's one thing Coach Canales loves, it's a player who can do it all. Right? A player that can do it all. That's precisely what he's looking for in his newest recruits, newest prospects, newest guys he's got on this team. Whether it's Rashad Penny's turn skills or Xavier Leggette's on the field performance, gunner drills, versatility is the name of the game. All right. Now, Canales has stressed the importance of every player being set up on special teams. Okay. For examples from his days with the Seahawks. Now, it's not just about making big plays. It's about doing what it takes to help the team succeed. Okay. But another takeaway was Xavier Legette meets, to me, I've been saying it, is more than meets the eye. I told y'all Xavier Legette isn't just a one-trick pony. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Okay? He's got hands like glue, speed to burn. He's also putting in the work in to improve his route running, and we've seen it. And despite facing criticism about his game, which nobody wanted to believe me about Legette focused on fine-tuning his skills and proving doubters wrong. To me, the whole thing is that if Coach Canales praise is anything to go by, if you believe what the guy is saying, it looks like all that hard work is now starting to pay off. Okay? With his size, instincts, ability to find the open spaces, I think Legette is shaping up to be a force to be reckoned with, okay, on the field. Again, and I still think that this is something I need to bring up about Xavier Legette. If this guy gets open and he's open, there's open field, even if there's one tackler to beat or two, maybe even three, not only could he burn him, but again, this guy's going to be how big his size is. With that new hip drop rule, I think a lot of people aren't putting that into perspective. Same thing with the Rashad Penny signing. A lot of people are not putting that in perspective when it comes to even the new kickoff rules with Rashad Penny. I feel like Dave Canales and Dan Morgan are preparing something. They are thinking about that hip drop rule a lot, especially with guys like Jonathan Brooks, Javon Sanders. I still believe it's going to be difficult to bring down some of these guys if they get the ball. And we're going to get a lot. I think we're going to see a lot of calls for that hip drop rule with a lot of players on this team. I really do. Another thing that I took away from this this most recent, through the minicamp is all eyes have been on the draft picks. But what about Jaylen Coker, man? The undrafted free agent gem of a wide receiver he's been. I mean, Jaylen Coker quietly made a name for himself during that minicamp. The guy's 6'1", weighs at 208. He's impressed Coach Canales with his size, route running ability, knack for making plays after the catch. With the Panthers receiving room still up for grabs, Coker has I think he has a real shot at making the roster, and even getting some playing time. From what I've seen from this guy, I think Jaylen Coker might be interesting. It's going to be interesting how this wide receiver room shakes out. Jonathan Mingo and Terrace Marshall Jr. I'll say Jonathan Mingo is safe. I think Jonathan Mingo is safe, but I think Terrace Marshall Jr. might want to watch out. I could see it being where it's Deontay Johnson, Adam Thielen, Xavier Legette, Jonathan Mingo, Amir Smith-Marset, and Jaylen Coker. I could see TMJ out of here. And the rest of the wide receivers. Now, again, that's just me. If Coker continues to impress like he has been and what I've seen, I think TMJ is gone. I think TMJ is gone. I think TMJ, Randall. I think TMJ is gone. I think Amir Smith-Marset makes this team. I like the versatility that Amir Smith-Marset brings. he brings a lot more versatility. He brings a lot more to the special teams and the punt returns and the kick returns. I think that's the reason why I think Ihmir Smith-Marsette over TMJ. I think his versatility that he brings to the table and the trick plays that you could run along with him and the motions and stuff like that. I think Ihmir Smith-Marsette brings more to the table than TMJ does. Now they could surprise us. Okay. They could surprise us and keep all of them. Besides, maybe a few. I mean, they could go and keep TMJ, Mingo, Jaylen Coker, Marsette, Deontay Johnson. They could keep 7. They could. I mean, you never know. Not saying that they will and they should, but I think TMJ's gone. I think unless TMJ somehow this offseason can prove himself worthy. Thank you for that, Day One Panthers. Yeah, make sure you smash that like button, guys. Slide that subscribe. Just continue to show your support. Everything's free. It takes 2 clicks. It takes about 3 seconds. I bet you if you timed yourself, it would take about 3 to 5 seconds. Cyburn, good afternoon, sir. Randall Griffin says, I agree with that. Yeah. I'm just saying, man. Jaylen Coker is making a name for himself. Again, we'll see. I hope he makes it. If Jaylen Coker doesn't make the roster, please try to keep him on the practice squad. Try to keep him on the practice squad at least. Just in case someone gets injured. I don't know. But again, other teams can snatch him up. And last but not least, well, actually 2 more things on from my takeaways. The hunt for QB3 continues. Bryce Young locked in as the starter, Andy Dalton holding down the backup spot. The Panthers are still looking out for that 3rd-string quarterback. All right. Undrafted free agent Jack Plummer showed some promise, but I mean, it wasn't anything like the guy who was throwing darts. All right. And Canal still isn't rolling out, bringing in a veteran to round out that quarterback room. As they still search continues for, one thing's for sure, the competition's heating up. But I do think that, again, we're first on waiver wire, so maybe a quarterback gets cut. Maybe they bring somebody in. Hell, maybe they bring in like an AJ McCarron from the UFL, or maybe they bring in Matt Corral back. I don't know, but again, I'm sure they're going to bring somebody else in. I don't see an undrafted free agent making the 3rd string. I'm sorry. I don't see Jack Plummer making this team. Maybe practice squad, but not being a 3rd-string quarterback. Not from what I saw. Not from what I saw. If y'all haven't seen the videos, he's doing good, man. Pinkney, he's just, again, it comes down to, I think sometimes God-given talent plays a little bit of a factor in some things. All right. So I wish Sam Pinkney the best, but he does show me like him and Jaylen Coker could be the same wide receiver. It's the same thing with the running back room and the wide receiver room. It's crowded. You're going to have to make some moves. So Pinkney could make the practice squad. Still wouldn't be bad about that if he did. Coker probably makes the roster. I think so too. Coker won't be able to be kept on practice squad of the teams. Yeah, this is true. I still think he makes the roster. I still think. Mike comes in and says, don't forget to pound that like button. Let's go Panther Nation. Appreciate that, Mike. I really do. Jaylen Coker better make that roster. I think he will, man. Whoever's throwing, yeah. Well, Trap said that was Mr. That was what's his name? Wasn't just Jack Plummer that didn't look too good. It was the guy I was just talking about. Shit. Sean Chambers, the Montana State boy. That was another guy that was there. Didn't look too good. Wouldn't mind Matt Corral. I feel that. Feel that. Feel that. Wide receiver, running back rooms being crowded are good problems to have until unlike last year. For sure, Cyburn. For sure. But again, the rookie minicamp's over with. Again, a lot of off-season stuff coming up, man. OTAs. We got a lot more stuff coming up. All right. What I feel like we got a stacked roster right now in certain rooms. It looks good on paper. Let's see how it pans out on the field first, okay? All right. I don't want to get too wild. All right. I don't want to get too wild, but I'm excited. All right. I'm even excited, even though this is a bad season. I think, again, I don't think this, again, y'all know how I feel. 6 wins, 6, 7 wins, I still believe is the ceiling. So, all right. We went over that. All right. I gotta talk about this real quick. Javon Sanders says he's trying to be the next Greg Olsen. That's a huge statement from a kid, right? All right. That's a massive statement. Now, Sanders didn't get the uniform he was hoping for, at least not yet. He asked if he was asked if he has to earn, that number 0, the digit he wore at Texas, and he replied, he feels that he does. All right. He feels like every rookie should have to earn their number, which I like what he said about that. And he understands that his mindset is knowing that what he's got to do, and he's got to come in and put that work in and earn his stripes, right? Earn that number. He's starting with the number 85. His goal, it said, is to become the next Panthers tight end, following the footsteps of Greg Olsen. That's a big statement coming from a rookie, right? Sanders is confident in his ability. I like Sanders on tape, for sure, okay? Especially as a vertical threat, okay? But in his last 2 collegiate seasons, he totaled up over basically 100 catches for almost 1,300 yards, almost 1,300, okay? And he had 7 touchdowns, okay? If he can bring that kind of level of production, right? So if he can bring in 50 catches, all right, 600-700 yards and 3 to 4 touchdowns, if he can bring that kind of level of production, I think that'd be a game changer for this team. All right. You see, the Panthers haven't had much luck at the tight end position since the Olsen departure, after the 2019 season. So over the past 3 years, all the Panthers tight ends have combined over the past 3 years. Listen to this statistic. Over the past 3 years, all Panthers tight ends have combined for just 1,500 yards and 8 touchdowns on 154 receptions. That's in the past 3 years. That's since Greg Olsen left after the 2019 season. So there's some big shoes to fill. All right. I can't wait to see how things pan out once this season starts. I think Sanders has the athleticism, the tangibles to be a great tight end. I think he'll need to prove himself on the field. He needs to get better in the run blocking scheme. Who knows? Maybe he'll earn that coveted number 0 jersey after all. I think we're just going to have to wait and see. I don't know if I can agree with that, Marco. Second worst roster? Really? Yeah. We're getting no love, man. I mean, I'm not surprised, though. Honestly, now I think about it, I'm not surprised. The mass media is not going to pick us to win any games. The mass media isn't going to pick us to win any games, man. We went 2-15 last year. We were the worst team in the NFL. They're going to say, people are going to put out these narratives. They were the worst team in the NFL still. I mean, I just don't get it. I don't get it. And it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not surprised. He's got a lot to do to be Geo class. I know. He's got a lot to prove. Glad to see he's motivated. I'm glad to see he's motivated to be great too. Millie to Illy. I'm gonna call you Millie to Illy instead of Millie to Ill. I'm gonna call you Millie to Illy. Appreciate you joining. It's the first time I've seen you in the chat, by the way. So appreciate you here and subscribing. I can't lie, Panthers fans won't have much to worry about. Y'all got the best running back out of the. Probably got Bryce some help for wide receivers. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Marcos Cash just put it in there. I'm gonna have to read that. I'm gonna have to read that article. Here, and it's by the score. Yeah, it's by the score. Yeah. It says receives the second worst. Yeah. Oh, okay. No, it's by Panthers Prime. Carolina. Okay. So basically, Bleacher Reports. So this is to what Marcos Cash just posted this, and here is what it said. So he said that they just saw articles saying the Panthers had the second worst roster heading into the season. So let's go look at this. Let's go look at this shit show of an article. All right, so it's from Bleacher Reports. Okay, so according to Bleacher Reports, Gary Davenport, not much more than so says here. Only one team, the Philadelphia Eagles, has spent money this offseason than the Carolina Panthers. So what do they have to show for it? Well, according to Bleacher Report, not much more than they did last season. Carolina's better skill positions to be worse rosters in the NFL. Okay. Is better at skill positions, but despite giving guards Demetrius Lewis and Hunter big contracts, offensive line still ranks bottom 10. Well, yeah, of course it's going to rank bottom 10 because we don't know what, again, it looks good on paper. So, again, this Bleacher Report guy is saying that we don't look good because we paid these guys top 10 money, but we still rank in the bottom 10. Okay, but we don't know what it's going to translate to until we can see it on the field. You know? Like, another thing is, and then he goes on to say, and the problems get much bigger on the defense after Carolina lost multiple key players from last year's fourth-ranked defense in terms of yards allowed. Brian Burns, I'm not even going to get in that. Frankie Louvu, yes. I would say Frankie Louvu is a big loss. Again, I like Brian Burns. Do I think he's a bigger loss than Frankie Louvu? No. I think Frankie Louvu is better. Did we keep our best defensive player on this team? Yes, we did. Do I think that this team's well more balanced on the defensive side of the ball? Absolutely, I do. I mean, a 32-year-old Jadeveon Clowney had a better season than a 25-year-old Brian Burns last year. Or 26, whatever Brian Burns is. And Josie Jewell about put up the same numbers as Frankie Louvu. DJ Wanham had more basically more sacks. Are they downgrades compared? I will agree. Are they downgrades compared to those guys? Sure. But I still believe that we still all around balance this team out, not only for players wise, but the scheme fit. I don't know. Because only New England Patriots sit below the Panthers with the Washington Commanders, the New York Giants, and the Arizona Cardinals. Does he not know what the Washington Commanders did? What the fuck? Wow. Wow. Anyways. All right, well, that was fun to talk about. Let's fucking move on. So, yeah, you know, me and Gary Davenport, we need to have a conversation, I think. Me and Gary Davenport might need to have a conversation. My favorite slander for national media is Mike Florio. Is that the ball-headed lemon drop looking guy? Oh, no, that's not him. I don't know who the ball-headed lemon drop looking guy is. I can't stand him from a mass media standpoint. Yeah. It is what it is, bro. A lot of people who know they can again, and I'm not saying that we've got a great roster. Do I think it's a bottom 2 roster? Hell no. On paper, this team's probably as a roster wise, I think could be top 20. Top 20, maybe top 25. But I'm not going any further than that. And I think that's very realistic. Oh, okay, Cyber, and I'll have to check that video out. I'll definitely have to check that video out. I can't play it because they're gonna knock me for it. Yeah, they're gonna knock me for it if I show that, Cyburn. But I'll watch it. I'll watch it. All right, smart or dumb for this crowded running back room? Smart or dumb? Is it smart or is it dumb? Y'all let me know. Sound off in the comments real quick while I take a sip of water. Smart or dumb? Guys, we got 33 votes. We got 33 votes, but only 20 likes. We've got 33 people watching. We got 20 likes, and we got 33 votes in the poll. Smash that like button. Smash that like button. Become a member today, by the way. You can become a member. You can become a member for a 99 cents, guys. All the way up to $5. It goes from $1, basically, from $99 to $4.99. So become a member today. You got different levels. So make sure you become a member today. We got all right, let's see. We got smart. I think it's smart only because Dave has set his plans. All right, smart for a team who want to run the ball a lot. Very smart, very smart. Double O Kane says smart. You never have enough running backs and playmakers. Smash that like button, Dave one says. They say Dave runs the ball even when it's not working. I like that, though, Marcos. You can't just stop. Can't just stop because sooner or later that defensive line is going to tire its ass out. Chuba, Sanders, Brooks takes a 3-headed monster, then excel to take the top off. Y'all defense was already atrocious last year. The coaching staff pans out, so will the team. Millie to Illy is coming in with some facts. Well, our defense wasn't atrocious, Millie. We finished top 4. Just saying. Clay, yo, what up? What up? Yo, man, what's up? What's up, Doug? What's up, Doug? What's up, Doug? I'm gonna have to come up with another poll question. I have to come up with another poll question tomorrow. All right, smart or dumb? So again, the Panthers have loaded up on the running backs. So to me, is it seriously, are they smart or dumb? It's a question that many people, I think a lot of football fans are asking themselves for Panthers fans, is it smart or dumb to do this? All right. So to me, You see, the Panthers already had a I would say it's decent running back room, okay? Well, I'm not going to go and say it was phenomenal. I'm not going to go and say it was great. It was decent, all right? Into this year's free agency draft cycle, all right, they've worked their magic, okay? They had Chuba Hubbard. I thought he had a solid third season, all right? He had over 1,100 scrimmage yards last year, and he had 3.8 yards per carry. Miles Sanders, fucking non-existent. Let's be honest. All right, the guy was a disappointment. And still has, but I do think he has potential. I do see Miles Sanders having potential. But despite that, Dan Morgan decided to even add more, right? Went out, drafted Jonathan Brooks, 46th pick in this year's draft, traded up for him. Absolute beast of a running back, okay? But he's also coming off an ACL tear. So the decision to that investment in a running back this early in the draft does surprise me a little bit. It also left me kind of scratching my head thinking about it too. Trying to make sense of it, right? So Rashad Penny, who has had a weird NFL career to say the least, I'm going to be honest. All right, he's been in the league for 6 seasons. He has only appeared in 45 games with 11 starts. So, when he's healthy and involved, he's been a difference maker. All right, as evidenced by his impressive game logs, and it's kind of in a limited doses of it, though. Okay, so some people may say that Morgan is crazy for adding more bodies to the running back room, but is he really crazy, or is he just crazy like a fox? Does that make sense? Are you with me? Because it all depends on how you look at it. Because the thing is this. The Panthers aren't exactly in a position to contend for a Super Bowl this year. They want to see if Bryce Young can develop into that capable signal caller. They also know that the best help to a young quarterback is what? A solid run game. What does a solid run game do? It opens up the pass. That's where that investment into the running back room comes into play. They improved the offensive line, all right? So with those additions, Brooks and Penny, the Panthers should have a solid run game to rely on. Plus, injuries happen with running backs. We get it. So having that depth is always a good thing. And, of course, rookies like Brooks usually take time to adapt to the NFL. So we'll likely need to be patient with him, especially with that ACL injury. And I think that's the reason why they brought Penny in, not only for the special teams part that he could help with, but also to slowly bring on Jonathan Brooks. But then Hubbard and Sanders, I think surely are going to battle out for that running back 1 spot. Overall, I think the Panthers' decision to stock up on running back was smart, not dumb. But some people might think it's crazy, but it's not. It makes sense. It makes sense. Yeah, I do, Chris. I think Jaylen Coker makes the 53-man roster. Y'all's defense was on the field more than the offense because they couldn't score. Right. For sure. Absolutely. Best fried chicken is Boxcar Betty's. Boxcar Betty's? What is Boxcar Betty's white chocolate espresso? And I love the fact that you have Ric Flair as your picture, by the way. That's like amazing. It's awesome. It's absolutely like your picture being Ric Flair is the best thing I've seen yet. Maybe. Might be one of the best things. Top 3 profile pictures. Basically said doesn't know when to start running the ball, don't utilize his wide receivers the right way, that he has to clean up Canales' messes. Interesting. Very interesting. I'll have to look more into that. I will definitely have to look more into that, Marcos. I really think all the players 10 times harder than I really think all the players plays 10 times harder this year for Dave. I really think I really think they show they want to win for him. I think I think Dave Canales is a great, if the guy does not become a great NFL head coach and he decides to leave the NFL, he should be like a very good car, go like into like exotic car sales or something, because he would be really good at it. Or he should go into sales in general. Boxcar Betty's. White Chocolate Espresso says fried chicken sandwich started here in Charleston, got some location in Charlotte, Chicago. Oh, Zestos in Columbia has really good fried chicken. Damn, y'all are telling me some good spots. Damn. I feel it's a lie though. Fans are pissed when they lost him. Yeah, it doesn't make sense why they would be making that statement. I mean, go look at go look at the past guys like running back. Like go look at Tampa Bay last year. I mean, how can you say that he didn't utilize Mike Evans and Chris Godwin? How can they say that he didn't utilize Rashad White last year? Like, how can they say that? You know what I mean? How can they say that? So it doesn't make sense to me. It is what it is. He went toe to toe with Golden Child Ben Johnson in the playoffs. I mean, he did. And he almost won. He took out the Eagles too, who had, apparently a top 10 defense. But cooked them up. So in the playoffs. So something's not adding up. The math ain't adding up on that. All right. Is there a lot of pressure on Jadeveon Clowney? Is there a lot of pressure on Jadeveon Clowney? Do y'all think that? Because here's the thing. All right. So, because there actually looks like there is, because, I mean, think about it this way, okay? We're in need of some serious pass rush assistance. I will say that. I still believe in that after trading Brian Burns to the New York Giants. I still believe that. Dan Morgan was pretty much backed into a corner by the previous regimes. If you think about it, Dan Morgan was backed into a corner. Okay. Which left him with really no option but to accept whatever offer came to the table. So to make matters worse, Frankie Louvu, Yetter Gross Matos also left in free agency. Okay? Also left in free agency. So Morgan has financially frantically recruiting, and it looks like he might have a landed a high profile, which I think he did with Jadeveon Clowney, a proven veteran. I think can truly help fill the void. Signed a 2-year after a career season with the Baltimore Ravens. And even though he's getting up there in age, it seems like he still has some good left in him, right? I think, however, the Panthers need to make sure that Clowney has a solid supporting cast. Like, I mean, DJ Wanum, Cavalon Chazen were also required free agency. The Panthers ignored some outstanding pass rushers during 2024 NFL draft in favor of surrounding Bryce Young with everything they needed to thrive. Now, Clowney could be subject to extra attention from opposing protecting schemes if those further down the depth chart don't step up. So that could be a problem, especially since Wanu is coming off a torn quad and won't have the same opportunities he had playing opposite of Daniel Hunter with the Minnesota Vikings. So Clowney has been an elite pass rusher, and he's dependable. I mean, I should say he's never been, sorry. Clowney has really never been an elite pass rusher, but he's a dependable pass rusher. Sorry, I'm tripping over my words. And he can make plays, for sure. His specialty centers on setting the edge and making things difficult on running downs. However, he can't do it alone. I will be honest there. He needs a strong supporting cast. Luckily for him, which is where defensive coordinator Ejiro Evero comes into play here. Okay. Evero is the master of doing more with less. Okay. To me, if Evero can take a team last year with practice squad players, some that were playing sometimes throughout the season, and somehow still finish in the top 4 in defenses, he can do that with this defense. He'll need a monumental effort from the young edge players to step up. The Panthers perhaps could be asking too much out of Clowney, but this was the chance for Morgan to see if he can take things beyond when Brian Burns and them were here. And you spend that substantial funds on finding that top tier replacement. Was never really an option after the Panthers allocated huge resources to this offensive line. So the Evero will have to really make the best out of less than an ideal situation. Okay. But if the supporting cast doesn't produce it, it won't take long for teams to really hone in on Clowney as they frequently did with Burns. That's what I'm getting at here. Yeah, Mocha, I mean, I'm hoping Kavlon Chasen, I mean, for a guy who was drafted in the first round at the 20th overall, and he was the 20th overall pick when Jacksonville took him, I'm hoping he can show signs of what he was at LSU. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. But again, we'll see. Antonio McClellan. Antonio comes in and says, like, subscribe, share the stream, please. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, do those things. Do what Antonio said. Do it. It's just like Nike says, just do it. Just do it. All right. It helps out the channel a lot. All right, let's move on. So, says, I feel like as long as he can hold it down, he doesn't need to be an all-star. He just needs to do his job. That's for sure. That is for sure. All right. Carolina Panthers adding more pieces. They didn't have a press conference today. I don't know. I didn't hear anything about a press conference today. I don't know if y'all know anything about a press conference. Let me see if they did. I don't think so. I don't think they had a press conference today. They might have. No. 2 days ago, it looks like the last time they had a press conference. So, yeah, I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see a press conference for today. Yeah. All right. Cool beans. All right. So adding more pieces to the Bryce Young puzzle. All right. So to me, they went all. So here's what I think. And here's the thing. They went all in, I think, on Bryce Young this offseason. That was the main goal, right? They spent a ton of money getting some, great players to support him, and even drafted some new talent in the 2024 NFL draft. Now, Young had a bit of a rough time during this rookie season, but the Panthers offensive coordinator, David Canales, thinks he can get him back on track, right? He's been voicing that since he got here. So Canales believes that the stability to helping, and that's the stability is the key to helping Bryce Young succeed. And he's been working on building a solid foundation for this kid. And I think Canales has also been thinking about bringing in, and we all know he's been thinking about bringing another quarterback in to help mentor Young. And he's been keeping an eye out for someone who knows this offensive scheme, who can provide some extra guidance for Young during this critical preparation period. Canales was pretty impressed with Jack Plummer for some reason. I don't know why when I watched this guy's film, but he's still looking for the right veteran presence, which I rather much have. Rather have another veteran to this quarterback room. Again, waiver wires, I think is going to be the move on that. The Panthers currently have Andy Dalton as the team's primary backup and mentor. Canales thinks that one more veteran piece in the quarterback room could really benefit Young, which I totally agree with that. The Panthers might even take 3 quarterbacks onto their 53-man roster this season, which I think is going to be the case, which would be a bit of a change from last year when they only had 2. It's clear that the Panthers are invested in this kid, all right, in his success, and they're doing everything they can to help him achieve it. There are some skeptics out there who think that the Panthers made a mistake by drafting Young over CJ Stroud, and they have every right to think that. Every right. All right. CJ Stroud had one of the most historic rookie seasons for a quarterback. Okay. And there's no denying it. And I think that, I don't know if everybody would agree with that here. That they would, I don't know. Y'all let me know. Would y'all take CJ Stroud over Bryce Young right now? I'm just wondering. Because I feel like not over at least 100% of you, not 100, maybe over 90% of you in this chat would probably would, without question. But Canals still see something special in Young. So his confidence that he can help him reach his full potential is there. I'm just interested to see how things are going to pan out for the Panthers and Bryce Young. The question is are they going to find the right veteran, the presence to help guide him? And is Young going to be able to actually turn things around and prove the skeptic wrong? That's what the question lies, at least to me. I don't know, Mike. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. That's a good question. That's a good question. But another thing is we've got NFL writers out here saying that Bryce Young needs to have a career-defining season. So we know that the stakes are high for this kid. He had a disappointing rookie season. He's got a lot to prove. A lot of people are doubting whether he can be that long-term guy. So the expectations, right? The Panthers have been working. They worked hard this offseason to make sure was set up for success. They've got a new coaching staff, a better offensive line, more productive playmakers in the passing game, but Young's got everything he needs to be successful. Whether he can or not is the big question. If he can step up if he can't step up this season, it's going to be bad news for us. Especially showing real growth, trying to show real growth under a new head coach and a young new head coach in Dave Canales. So Young's situation, though, if you think about it, it's pretty unique. He was a first-round draft pick, but the Panthers were terrible in a state when he arrived. So it's not entirely his fault that his rookie season, I will say, was such a disaster. Okay. But still, the pressure is on him to show some serious improvement from last year. He's all right. He's only 25, right? I think. Bryce Young, how old is he? 25? Oh, he's 22. Shit. Why did I think he was 25? My bad. He's only 22. Okay. He's only 22, but his career is already on the line. So to me, the pressure is so intense that you got people out here calling this a career-defining season for Bryce Young. I asked if it was a make or break season not too long ago. I said that I was going to give it to mid-season of 2025, so like November of 2025. But that's not to say he doesn't have some support. Canales believes in him. Most fans are still hopeful, I feel like. But if he doesn't start showing progress soon, the doubters are just going to continue to get louder. And then it's definitely going to affect him. He's going to see it. He's going to hear it. I'm telling you, the doubts will get to him. The Panthers are definitely giving Young some help, though. You got Deontay Johnson. You go out and get Xavier Legette in the first round. So they got to boost that passing game up. They go and get Robert Hunt. They get Damian Lewis to help shore up that offensive line. They go and get Rashad Penny and Jonathan Brooks and Javon Sanders. They get these guys, some playmakers, to make this kid's life easier. And it's up to him to take advantage of it. It's not like Young is in danger of getting cut or anything, but the Panthers invested a lot in him. And they're probably going to have to give him some time to develop. But if he has another bad season, they might start considering their options. So to me, what's the bottom line here? Bryce Young has a lot to prove this season. He's got the talent, but he has to step up and show that he can lead this Panthers to victory, show that he has the talent, show that he has the football IQ, show that he's got the footwork, show that he's got the deep ball accuracy, show that he's got the football IQ that everybody said in his draft profile, show that he can make the throws. So the stakes are high, I will say. He's got a lot of support behind him. So to me, it's time to see what he's made of. I don't think any quarterback would have been any better last season. And I totally agree with that. Day one Panthers. I totally agree with that. If Andy Dalton started quarterback last year, I think we would have at least 6-7 games last season. You're probably right. Probably right. One of the more important Panther season coming up here, for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely one of the most important seasons coming up. So. Well, I appreciate everyone joining the live stream. That is all I got for you today. I appreciate everyone joining. I am going to hop off here. Today was a short one, just a quick hour, keeping it simple, keeping it sweet. Appreciate everyone joining the live stream. As always, make sure you pound the like button. don't forget about that takeaway or the giveaway. Sorry, not the takeaway, giveaway for the Xavier Legette jersey giveaway that we're going to be doing, or I've been, talking about. So I posted it up for you guys in the community on YouTube. I also posted it up in the Discord. I posted it up on Twitter. So make sure you go check it out. It gives you the full instructions on how you can get in the giveaway. And so don't forget about it. I'm giving this some more time. All right. Since we got 100 likes, that's why I'm doing this giveaway on that live stream. Again, if we get 100 likes on any of my next live streams, like even this one, if we get 100 likes, I'll do another giveaway. Maybe I'll do another jersey giveaway, or maybe I'll do like a home game, like 2 tickets to a home game giveaway. All right. So you support me, I support. I always give back. You give to me, I give back. So appreciate everyone joining. As always, guys, love y'all. Have a wonderful Monday. I'm out of here. Keep pounding. Peace.